Hello and welcome to my channel, Bevvy with Beth. I'm Beth, and here on this channel I talk all about polycystic ovarian syndrome, the symptoms, how to cope with them, and how my personal journey with PCOS is going. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below to catch my videos every single week. And in this video, we're going to be going through a few of my favourite items from the month of January. So first things first, it has to be a tea. You know, I'm a big tea drinker. So this is the pucker one that I mentioned in an earlier video. And chamomile, vanilla and manuka honey is what the flavour is described as. But it does also have quite a bit of fennel and licorice in it, which means it has a nice subtle licorice flavour. But definitely, if you don't like licorice or aniseed, then you're not going to like this tea. So I'm surprised it's not on there as the description. But it literally, I said it before, but it literally feels like a hug in a mug. It just feels so good. The licorice is really great for your digestive system as well. So it just feels really soothing and calming. I'm just loving having this as my last drink of the day. And I highly recommend it as a de-stress tea. Now, as much as I am a tea drinker, I am also a coffee drinker. And although I'm trying to drink a little bit less coffee and definitely trying to get more towards decaf coffee, I do find with my chronic fatigue, I do need a bit of caffeine. And it's not like if I don't have caffeine, I get a headache or I can't focus. It is very much about my energy levels. And whether I have tea, coffee or green tea, matcha, whatever, I just need something in a day just to keep me running. So I've recently discovered this coffee, thanks very much to my parents, well, my mum mainly, and they dropped some off today, which is perfect timing for me to record this video. They went and got me some because I don't have access to it. And it's the Roastworks Coffee Company Limited, and this is the espresso blend. So this blend of 3 seasonal coffees is sweet, rich and balanced with milk chocolate, peanut butter and subtle fruit notes, whatever that means. What I know is that it tastes delicious and you don't need any sugar with it at all. It's so sweet and smooth and absolutely amazing. So I haven't had any of this since the 1st of January, but now I have it. I will be drinking it 1 little cup every day. So the next couple of items are more kind of actually PCOS related. And the first one is this amazing bone broth that I got from Clean Living Company. And I do normally make my own bone broth, to be fair, and it is what I would recommend because then you can fully control the ingredients and the flavours and all that kind of stuff. But in my current house, I don't have any ventilation in my kitchen. And during the warm months when I could just have my kitchen door open, it didn't matter. I could just let the kitchen breathe for a bit while the bones were boiling, and also afterwards to kind of air out everything. But I've found in the last couple of months that's been incredibly uncomfortable, especially working from home. I'm literally just in the living room, so if the back door is open to aerate the kitchen, it is freezing in here, and I'm definitely not having my heating on to compensate because that'll be expensive. So I've been really struggling with trying to get it done and just being intensely uncomfortable for a while just to get bone broth. And I got to a point where I was like, I just need something that's going to help me out that I can have. I won't always buy it because once it starts getting a little bit warmer in March, or if I move house and I get ventilation in my kitchen, then I will make my own again. But the Clean Living Company is what came up when I searched for bone broth in the UK. And honestly, their ingredients seem really good. It's keto friendly, it's organic, and it is just bone broth. And then they can deliver it to me. I can keep it in the fridge for a week or so, or freeze it if I want to keep it for longer, so I can buy it in a bit of a batch as well. So it's not that expensive. It's definitely more expensive than buying my own chicken and making broth because I get the chicken as well. But it isn't crazy expensive. So they will be linked in the description below. And they do a beef one and a chicken one. I go for the chicken because I just prefer the flavour. It goes better as well with some of the flavours like spices and herbs and stuff that I like to use. I find chicken a little bit more easy on my palate, but they do a beef one as well. And I just have to pop in here for a quick second because I completely forgot to review what the taste of it is. And I think that's probably like the number one piece of information that you want when you're reviewing a product that you consume. And so I can confirm that it's delicious. I've been able to use it in making soups and stews. I've been adding veggies, as you just saw, and making it into quite a nice soup for my lunchtime. I've also had it just as a bone broth and heated it up on its own and drunken that, and actually it's absolutely fine. But a little warning that actually when you're cooking it, it doesn't smell very nice. And I was really worried when I first opened this up and started cooking it. It really wasn't a very pleasant smell. It definitely doesn't smell off. Like, you know, when I have had one where at the second half of it, I let it go over and that smells bad. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell pleasant. But actually eating it, it tastes really, really nice. So I highly recommend it. And the next one is a bit odd, but I highly recommend it. And I may talk about it in a bit more depth in another keto video that I'll do. But it's actually parsley, the herb. And I've started putting this on my scrambled eggs in the morning. And I put a decent pinch on there. And I find that the flavour does work quite well with the eggs. But actually what it is it's one of the bitter herbs, which means it's supporting my gallbladder and helping with the digestion process of the fats. And the flavour is actually really good with the eggs, but also I've noticed a massive improvement now that I'm doing it regularly in the gallbladder. I literally haven't had any problems with my gallbladder for the last 2 months now that I've been consistently putting parsley on my eggs. And the very last thing is a bit random, but it's something that I want to kind of showcase a bit more on my channel, and that is sustainability. And one of the things is definitely plastic. You know, we all want to reduce our plastic consumption. And there was just like this one thing that I knew I needed to get an alternative for because there was no way to recycle it. I was never going to reuse it, and I was using it and binning it every time. It's cling film. Because I do a lot of batch cooking, all of my shopping at the weekend, and then I want things to be able to last. So definitely being able to wrap them up is kind of essential for me. And so I started looking into alternatives and I found these. Now, annoyingly, I have already recycled the packaging that they came into. These are beeswax wraps. And basically they are reusable. You just wash them. And then the wax in them means as you warm them up with a touch of your hand, then they seal, and it creates a breathable seal as well, which is actually a bit better, especially for things like bread and other kind of dry ingredients. It really helps to keep them fresh for longer and much better. And then you use it, then you wash it with cool soapy water, dry it out, leave it to air dry, and then you can just reuse it again. And I've got this is the largest one and this is the smallest one. And then you've got a medium one in between. And I'm going to get another pack of these because I always find that whatever I'm doing, I'll always need like 2 of the same size. And the small one will be too small and the big one will be too big. Or vice, you know, whatever it is. I'll use one and then it'll be like, no, I need that one again now, because this is too big. Oh. So I'm going to get some more. And it just means that I am not using cling film and I'm not using those little plastic bags to store things in my fridge. Those are my favourites for January. Links will be in the description if you're interested in anything that I have purchased here. But thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.